Hi guys, I hope you had a nice Christmas and I wish you all the best in New Year. Today another tutorial with wicker paper. First, we need to make loads of tubes, and for this we will need old newspapers. If there are staples in your paper, you need to remove it. Then cut your paper into 3 smaller pieces. I remember making my first tubes and forgetting that I needed to cut paper into smaller pieces. And you know what happened next? My whole work ended up in the bin because they were too hard to bend. We also need bamboo skewer, and I suggest to choose the round one as not all of them are. If you want your tube to be wide, you need this wide edge on top, and we can start from the printed end. Put your skewer on the corner and wind your paper around it. Try to be as tight as possible. At the end, add little bit of glue and pull your skewer from inside the tube. Now we can start our basket. We need 4 groups of 3 tubes going over each other. Make sure you place them the same way as I did. They need to be as close to each other as possible, so you might need to ask someone for help to hold it for you in place. Take another tube and bend it in half. Then put it around first 3 base tubes. So one half of our waving tube is on top and the other half is underneath. Now half of our waving tube, which was on top, goes underneath and the other half goes on top. And again. One half on top and the other half underneath. And again, one on top and the other one underneath. We carry on until we make circle around base tubes. First 2 circles are always the hardest. If our waving tube gets shorter, we simply extend it by pushing and twisting another one inside. When we are ready to start another circle, we separate base tubes into groups of 2 and carry on waving the same way as before. Try to be as tight as possible. After you finish second circle, you need to separate base tubes into single pieces and carry on until base of your basket gets desired size. To start walls, just lift the tubes up and keep waving around them the same way as you did on the base part. It is important that both halves of waving tube end up outside basket each time you make a move. This way you will avoid mistakes. If you want your basket really deep, you might need to extend your wall tubes as well as waving tube. Try to be as tight as possible. To finish the top, just cut waving tube behind wall tube at any point. Then take one of the wall tubes and go behind another wall tube. Oops, I almost made a mistake. So again, behind, in front, behind, and we cut. We always cut behind. And again, behind, in front, behind, and we cut. Once again, behind, in front, and behind. Then we cut again. When you finish, last 3 tubes must be pushed under already finished edge where wall tubes are. I've painted my basket with white primer, but you can use acrylics as well. Once again, laziness won and I used spray paint. When everything is dry, we can start decoupaging. This time I used scissors to cut out flowers. Why? Because background of my napkin was cream and this would be visible on my white basket. Don't separate layers of the napkin when cutting with scissors. This way it will be easier to work around images. Now we need water and soft sponge. Baby sponge is perfect, but you can use kitchen sponge if you want to. Dip it in the water and squeeze it hard, then press it gently over your image. When everything is finished, just let it dry. Okay, we need couple of coats of acrylic varnish and our basket is finished. Just make sure you apply varnish very gently over images with soft brush. You are welcome to join my Facebook group Decoupage Art UK if you want to. I will add link to it in the description under the video. Thank you for watching and see you soon.